What's up, guys? This is the Young Golfer. I already hate that. That's so cringy. Oh my, whatever. I'm not really sure what the setup's gonna be for this channel at all, but I pretty much just created it because I'm really bored in quarantine, and it gives me something to do. And I'm playing a lot of golf, so hope you enjoy this first video. After watching this video, I realized that it's the most boring video I've ever seen. I couldn't even sit down and listen to it. So I know everyone's bored in quarantine right now. So challenge yourself to watch this. And after you watch this boring video, if you can get through it, everything else will be so much fun. Like even like taking out the trash. So good luck. Hey, welcome back. Unfortunately, we did not record just because I tried doing it. And like I tried to have someone holding it and tried to put it against golf cart, tried to put it against my bag. It really didn't work out. So what I'm gonna try to do in the future is get like a tripod, and so I'll be able to record shots that way. But I think what I'm gonna be doing instead is just going through my shots and going through what I consider myself an average golfer. I'm not good. Let me get that disclaimer out of the way. I am not a good golfer whatsoever. My handicap's an 18. So my average should be 90 to 94. 94, it's a good day. 90, good day. 88, great day. 86, amazing day. So by no means am I a good golfer whatsoever. Today, I don't know if it was the gloomy weather. I don't know what it was, but I had a terrible day. Today I shot a 101. Shot a 53 on the front, 9, and a 101, 53 on the front and 48 on the back, equaling a 101. So we got hole number 1, par 4, elevated tee box, had a great drive, had a great second shot on the green in 2, and then somehow I 4-putted, which I don't think I've done in probably 6 months. So that was already a terrible start. Did not feel comfortable on the green putting whatsoever. And obviously this has an effect on the rest of the day. Hole number 2, it's a par 3. You have to go over water, and it was 171 shot, but the wind was right in our face. I shot a 175 club, which is an 8-iron for me. I did a full swing, and it was just short, and it kind of rolled down. But then I did chip up and 2-putted, so I did get a bogey, avoided a double, but no par. And now we're +3 so far. All right, we got hole number 3. This is a par 5, but it's pretty reachable if you have a great drive. I had a great drive actually, and then was about 200 out. So that's, for me, that's a 6. But wind was in my face, so I used a 5, and it was a very, very strong wind. I actually just chunked it. It was perfectly straight. Probably would have gone on the green if I didn't get behind it, but I chunked it and was set up about 80 yards from the hole. Had a nice shot. That's my 60 degree. Full swing. And I just towed it into the bushes. And so I had to drop, hit 5, chipped. I was a little angry and chipped and hit a hard one just over the green. And then I got in on 7. So now we are +5 through 3 holes, which is not a good start. Hole number 4. This is, they say, is the hardest hole on the course. I disagree. If you have a great drive, it becomes a very easy hole. There's just a big bed of water and grass on the right. If you just avoid, then it becomes a very easy hole. But my misses are fades when I drive, and I had a terrible fade first shot. Teed up another one, swung it even harder for some reason, and the max I can take is a 7 on a hole, and so I maxed out there. I ended up playing out the hole and just like played all right, I guess. I was just angry at that hole, and I was like, you know what? Move on and get to the next hole. Took my max 7 and moved on. It's hole number 5. It's a par 4, pretty straight. If you just stay away from the right side, then you should be good. And I did. I had a good drive just off to the left. Great second shot even. Just on the end of the green. So I'm like, all right, sweet, we're gonna be in for par. And if I 3-putt, which is an absolute killer and soul crusher. And so I ended up bogeying when I really needed a par to make up for my prior holes, and that really sucked. Okay, so we have hole number 6. This one is actually a pretty easy hole, but I was just having a bad day and hit my drive OB, which just put me off on a bad start. So now I drop. It was from red stake, hitting 3, missed the green just to the right, chip up, laying 4, and then 2-putt for a 6. So that was a double. And I'm just trying to calm my nerves down at this point and just play some at least like decent golf. This is a par 5. It's actually a very easy par 5 in my opinion. I don't know, maybe just because I hit it further than most people, but I had a horrible drive off to the left, and I was just kind of flustered, I guess. Hit a 9-iron out and into like this rough, and then was about 195, hit a 7-iron, ended up being 10 yards short because of the wind. I thought it was going to roll a little more, and then I chipped up, so now I'm laying 4, the par putt, very makeable par putt, and I just missed, so I 2-putt and then have a bogey when it was a very makeable par putt. Hole number 8. I don't even want to talk about this hole. I hit 3 into the water. I wanted to break my club. I mean, normally this is like my money hole. I love this distance. Normally it's like a perfect little 8-iron for me, about 175, and I can just cruise one, and I just hit 3 into the water. I didn't even putt, chip, anything. I legit just sat in the cart all pouty and waited to my next hole. So yeah, there it was. Now we have hole number 9. I didn't mention the last one, but so that was a 7. So I can take a max 7, whether it be a par 3 or be a par 5. That's how the handicap system works according to, I think, PJ. I think you can look it up. This one I ended up bogeying. Had a good first drive, an okay second shot, missed a little right, chipped up, and then 2-putted for bogey. And that's a traditional hole for me. I'm a bogey golfer, I would say. I guess it would make sense if I'm an 18 handicap and I bogey every hole. There's 18 strokes, so bogey's my par, but also pars are nice and birdies are even better. So that was the front 9, and that was a 53. So at this point, I'm trying to just get my head together and just put up a halfway decent score. On to hole number 10. This is a very intimidating hole just because it's so elevated and there's waters on both sides. You basically have to hit a really darn good drive to stay dry. I had a great drive. The wind was just pushing it right, and it hit a lip, and it just kept going right and ended up in the water. I ended up having to drop on this par 5 and hit my second shot, or third shot now. Third shot, and had a good one. But then I was about 50 yards out, fourth shot, and great shot. Missed very makeable par putt after going in the water, which sucked. Then ended up bogeying that hole. So yeah, that's hole number 10. We got hole 11. This is a fairly easy hole, but tough green. The green's very small. It's a par 4. I had arguably my best drive of the day here, but it just went in the trap, so it did not set me up well. My shot at the trap, I topped it, but it rolled out very nicely, actually. I got very lucky. It then was probably 10 feet from the green, chipped up, and then 2-putted for bogey. So that was a pretty good scramble hole for me, I would say. It's what I try to do in every hole, but obviously didn't happen today. Okay, this is hole number 12. On this hole, it's more about hitting your distances rather than where it goes. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but if you can just get the right distance and get it in the general vicinity, then you can have a pretty, like, not so bad chip up. I had a perfect distance on this one. Missed left, chipped up, but then from there, 3-putted. I mean, I think this is the hardest green I've ever played. Also for an amateur, but I don't know. This green just goes everywhere, and it went back down a hill at one point, and it was soul crushing. And so I ended up getting a 5 on a par 3. Hole number 13. It's a par 4. I had a great drive. Horrible second shot. Completely got my hands got in front of me, and I just hooked them. And was about 40 yards from the hole, chip up, and then 2-putted for bogey. So still at this point, no pars, which is insane. And I was just trying to keep a straight mind at this point. Okay, this is hole number 14, and this can be a hard hole, and it can be a hole where you definitely want to get greedy, especially because it's a makeable par 5 and 2. I had a good drive and then was about 200 out, but the thing is you gotta hit it over the water. Got a little greedy instead of taking the safe shot. Did my risky shot and plopped it into the water, hit it very fat. Just wanted to absolutely kill the ball, which was not the right move. And then dropped, hit a pretty good shot onto the green, so laying 4 there, and then 2-putted for a bogey on a par 5. This is hole number 15. They call this the second hardest hole on the course, and I would agree. So it's about a 250 shot, and then there's just all bunkers in front of it. Then you have a 150 shot up, elevated green. So it's a very hard hole. I have a okay drive. I hit it very high, and the wind was in our face, so it really came back. Had about 190 out. Hit my 6-iron because the wind was just in our face. Normally that's like my 205 club. But it also was just short. I stroked it completely. And then I ended up, technically it was a 3-putt, but I putted from the grass, and really it was a 4-putt, which was absolutely killer. So if I can take anything away from today is work on my putting and just working on smoothing out shots for my improvements. This is hole number 16. I had a great shot on the green, and this is a very hard green to hit just because it's so downhill and it's so fast that it's very hard to just stick something on there, which I did. And I couldn't putt the ball. Why can't I putt? Like, it makes no sense. Probably because I don't practice, but I probably should. But putting's so boring to practice. Like, what? Come on. Whatever. I ended up 3-putting and dropping a bogey on, you can argue, a makeable birdie putt. Like, I just pushed the first putt completely, like, just nervous. I'm like, oh, I have a birdie putt. Like, it's just frustrating. I'm gonna move on to the next hole. Hole number 17. I actually played this hole fairly well, except for the fact that my drive went into the water. So I guess you can't say I played it well at all. I had to drop red stake because it did cross land. It was at land, but then it just hit land, it bounced in water, which was very disappointing. And then I chipped up, was short of the hole by a couple yards, then had another chip shot. So now laying 4, and then 2-putted from there, which was also a very makeable 1-putt. So missed a bogey putt and ended up doubling, which is a, gosh, this hurts so bad. Ugh. And finally, hole number 18. I had a great drive here. And my second shot was even better than my drive. So I'm on the green, into, but it's a hard birdie putt, so I get it fairly close to the hole. And now, after 17 holes, on the 18th hole, I have my chance for par for the first time. It's literally a 2-foot putt. I line it up, I take my time, and I just miss it. I don't know what it was. Like, the gods could not let me par 1 hole today. Shot my worst round in months. And hopefully it's not like this for the rest of the channel. Who knows? Maybe it's funny. I don't know. It's not funny to me. But, yeah. I don't know. Alright, this is not my format for the whole rest of the channel. This is actually just something I can just learn how to edit, I guess. Which is gonna be horrible, so please don't rip me in the comments because, or do, I don't care, actually, I have tough skin. But share, actually don't share this video. This is gonna suck. But, gosh, I keep flipping sides here. Basically, this is just something just to put on my channel and learn how to make this stuff. In the future, I am gonna actually record me playing actual golf. So I'm not just reading off of this, like, that would suck if that was just my whole channel. No one would listen to this. But I actually am trying to put something that's at least entertaining to watch. But for now, this is all I got, so I'm sorry. I'm really trying to figure out what like my sign-off thing should be. I think it should just be like, see ya, young golfers. Yeah, that sounds good. All right, see ya, young golfers.